I was born here in Erick, Oklahoma. Left here when I was around 12 years old. Started working over in the honky tonks in Altus, Oklahoma, about 75 miles southeast of here. But I can tell you what, it was fantastic living along the road, because I-40 hadn't gone in yet. And in a little town like this, you could walk up the streets on Saturdays and Saturday night, and even the businesses stayed open till after the, we had a little theater right across the street, and the businesses stayed open till after the theater closed. It usually be 1 o'clock because we had a preview to watch. Back then, us kids could see the movie for 10 cents. That's right. You could go watch Roy Rogers and Gene Autry and the famous Randolph Scott shoot it out on the big screen for 10 cents. And there was all kinds of activity through the days, the weekdays, the regular business days. There would be all kinds of people hustling and bustling up and down all ways of the street. But on Saturdays, this town here, Erick, Oklahoma, the redneck capital of the world, they had so many people on the street that you couldn't hardly get up and down the street for the people. Everybody nearly had to be walking the same direction, and if you were walking against the flow of the traffic, I'll tell you what, you were in trouble, because you wasn't going to get anywhere very fast. Every afternoon on Saturday at 2 o'clock, we had a drawing right out here in the middle of this street. I've been to many of them. I never did make enough money on those. I never won one time to get out of town. They gave as much as $25 away. This is 50 years ago. And I never won a drawing. I've never won anything. But anyway, they had $25, $15, and $10 drawings. And they usually did that about 2 in the afternoon, and then they would have tickets where you could get discounts at all of the stores also. And then the next thing, every time you purchased something in the stores, you got a ticket, and that's how you got the tickets for the drawing. The more stuff you bought, the more chances you had of getting a little reprieve of your money back. And it was kind of an economic boost to have that available to us. Of course, we don't have it today, because since I-40's gone through, you know, the people that's going up and down Route 66 are going up and down to explore the highway. They're coming from all over the world to see Route 66, and they're doing documentaries. They're doing. We even had a Toy Story bunch out here last summer, considering doing an animated version of the Route 66, and so it's quite a bit different than it was back then. But back then it was fantastic, because there was people hustling and bustling. There was lots of commerce, lots of action, and nobody ever dreamed of a freeway going through that was going to make Route 66 kind of like a ghost highway. But what's fantastic about it, the ghost has come back alive. People are coming from all over the world to look at Route 66, the famous, legendary Mother Road. It's an internationally famous highway. So it was really kind of a kick in the ass to be sitting around back here then. We'd have the old men on the street chewing tobacco back then and whittling. Well, we don't see that today. The guys that was retired, but every building had something going on in it, and that was really cool. It was really great. And it's, for us here in the Sand Hills Curiosity Shop, it's great because we are doing a tourism business here. We get to meet people from all over the world, and you wouldn't believe how fun it is to have these people come in, have a few drinks with them or a Coke, and sit and talk about Route 66. I'll tell you what, it's just that gun there as holy as talking about Jesus.